Today we're going off the side of the highway over in Conception Bay North near Spaniards Bay. We're going to head a little over a kilometer up through the country here onto a ridge. My wife and I were there one time a couple years ago on snowshoes, and what a beautiful view out across the bay. So we're going to head up that way today, get ourselves a cup of tea. A lot of this trail is uphill going in. As I mentioned, we're going up onto a ridge, and we're pretty much going to be walking the top of the ridge all the way up from the highway. Still got a bit of noise coming in from the highway there. A couple of years ago, when I was working in the city, one of my co-workers, Joy, she told me about this spot to hike, so I got to credit this one to her. Thanks, Joy. It's a nice spot. Get around a bit of water here. The last time I was up this trail, it was on snowshoes, myself and my wife. And the trail was actually quite wet. The snow was a little bit slushy underneath, and it was almost like a river. It was a bit of running water going down the trail. Oh. This is a steeper part. If I recall correctly, there was a couple trees down in this area last time we were here. Had to sort of push my way around them. Nice long hill up ahead. Hills like this one make me think of a place where I used to walk in Gander. Used to be down to the pump house that pumps the water from Gander Lake up to the town, and it was just one long steep hill. I used to refer to it as the cardio walk. Going down was one thing. When you get coming up that hill, it would certainly get your heart going. I guess that's one of the reasons why I'm doing this one today. Makes for a good workout. Okay, finally at the top of the hill. We got this beautiful rock face here. I guess over the years, either bit of soil that was here is washed away and blown away. Well, this is the place where we're going to have ourselves a cup of tea today. And there's the view I remember. We're going to see if we can find a place here now for a nice little boil up. Actually, I see a little spot over here out of the wind, right on the cliff, where it's going to be nice and safe for the stove. And it even comes with a built-in seat. All right, so we're going to get set up here now. I'll put that little guy there. Had the knapsack a little bit heavier today. I took a little stool with me because I was thinking it was just a flat cliff here. I had forgotten that this little spot was here. Perfect little seat. If it had a couple walls, I'd call it a room with a view, because it certainly has one of those. All right, we got our tea bag in there, and that's boiling nicely. Come over, have a look. There we go. I'm gonna let that boil for another minute or two, and then we're gonna pour up a cup of tea. Meanwhile, I know from experience, little burn I got last week, that these handles here that fold in, they get hot. So I need a little stick. Oh, look, there we are, perfect. And that will help me to pour. Oh, I can smell the tea boiling now. Sugar, I got sugar here somewhere. Tea bags, sugar, porridge, water, all of those things. I make sure I carry enough for 2 or 3 boil-ups, actually, because you never know when something's going to go wrong and you're going to end up in the woods longer than... Yeah. Okay, let's try it again. So you never know when you're going to be in the woods a little bit longer than expected. So I always like to have a little bit extra with me, especially things like the porridge and the water. They'll warm you up and it'll take care of your thirst. So I've dropped milk in here. And yes, my milk did spill. But it spilled because I reached for the camera to catch it as I was opening the milk. The wind caught the camera and started to tip it over, and I just caught it. All right. Now, milk, sugar in the cup. Time to pour up a drop of water. Turn off our stove. All right, we're going to put our cup right there. Here's this guy. There we go. This is so peaceful. Sitting down, having a drop of tea up in the hills like this, looking down over the communities and the water. It's blowing pretty good today too, but I'm sort of sheltered here by a few trees and this cliff. But it reminds me of years ago. I was working on the coast of Labrador. In a little community up there. One of my co-workers said to me, let's take the skidoos and I'll show you around a bit. It's the middle of the winter, lots of snow up that way. After riding for 15-20 minutes, we got up on top of this hill. There's a remains of an old U.S. naval base there. And you could look out over the bay, out over the community. It's amazing how much you can see when you get up on a hill like this. It starts to give you a lot more of an appreciation for what you've got around you. I guess you see the vastness of it. It's a wonderful land we got. And here we just look out over the woods and the water. Well, tomorrow is May the 15th, 2025. Man, the years are going fast. But being the middle of May, our trouting season opens. So over the next week or two, I've got to try to get a day when I can take the kayak or the canoe, or maybe go on foot, go someplace and maybe try to catch a few trout. Haven't caught any trout in years. But you guys on YouTube and this hiking and that is what's encouraging me to do it. So some things like that I haven't done in a long time, hopefully this will be the year. I'll get out and get some fresh air and some exercise, do a bit of trouting. Hopefully we'll catch a few trout together. You know, I could sit here like this all day and just look out over the country. But I can't. It's the spring of the year. I've got 130 carrots to, no, I've got 130 onions to go in the ground. Hopefully that's going to happen today. And I've got about 35 pepper plants to go into my greenhouse. Hopefully that'll happen today. Those are hydroponic. That's another thing I'm into. Of course, having my own garden with a few vegetables and my greenhouse, grow a bit of fruit, it all serves the same purpose that I'm doing right here now. It's all about being healthy, trying my best to look after myself. Get our cup rinsed out here now and get things picked up. We'll head back down because I got garden work to do. Do 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 do. Okay. All right, one little look around, make sure we don't have anything left here. Leave the place clean as we found it. I'm gonna stop up here and have one more look out across. Wow, what a view. What a view. Down here among the trees, you hardly even realize it's blowing. I think she's up around 30 to 40 mile an hour today. Oh, here we are, look. Right here. Small moose came by here, look. Came down the trail, probably over the past 24 hours or so. You can see some prints right here in the mud. Heading down this way. Another one there. Do 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 do. There's a rough spot. Trying to stay out of the water. Well, I guess the thing is, if I fall in the water and come up covered in mud, at least I'll have a bit of comedy in my video today. So the thing is, this time of the year, the cows, or female moose, they're driving the young ones away. So you'll often have a lot more young moose, which are, I'll call them inexperienced moose, running on the go, and so they're often seen without the other moose around them. And they're also getting out on the road. There's more accidents this time of the year. So that's why I've seen several sets of tracks already, and they're all small tracks. We're getting closer to the road. You can hear the traffic again. There goes today's peacefulness. Not a bad little hike for today, and got to have our boil up. We saw some fantastic scenery. It's always nice when you can see across the distance like that. See across the bay, up into the different communities, see islands out in the bay. Always nice. I'd say some of those views today, we were looking, every bit of 70, 80 miles. But it was a good day. It was a good walk. Now it's back to civilization. So you take care of yourself. Stay safe. Until next time.